geometry students. This is going to be a video going over your Concept 23 and 24 practice tests, so follow along with your version of the practice test in your packet, and hopefully this will be helpful to prepare you for your test tomorrow. Here we go. So number 1 is to find the area of a circle with a diameter of 24 centimeters. So if the diameter of a circle is 24, then what we want to do to find the area formula is pi times the radius squared. So that means the first thing we need to do is find the radius. So from diameter to radius, you divide by 2. So if the diameter is 24, the radius is 12. Then we just have to plug that into the formula, pi times radius squared. So the area in this case is going to be pi times 12 squared. And you can just type that directly into your calculator. Pi times 12 squared, which gives us 452.4. So that would be centimeters squared. So that's our answer there for that one. Okay. Another kind of question that we're going to see is finding the area of a composite shape. So what we're going to do is split this up into shapes that we know how to find the area of, like a rectangle and 2 triangles. And the nice thing is the 2 triangles are the same, so if I find the area of one of them, I can just multiply it by 2, and that'll give me the area of both of them together. So first off, the rectangle, that's going to be shape number 1. Area of a rectangle is base times height, so that would be 16 times 4, which is 64. Then, for the triangles, area is base times height divided by 2. So if we count this as the base of the triangle, that dimension is 10. So 10, and then times the height. So finding the height, that's going to be this dimension here, is a little bit tricky on this one. What we want to do is take the overall dimension of 20 minus 16, and we get 4. And that 4 is split between 2 triangles, so if I divide that by 2, this part would be 2, and this part would be 2, since 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the height of the triangle is 2. So 10 times 2 divided by 2 would be 1 triangle. So that would just be 10. But since we have 2 of them, when we go to add up the area, we would go 64 for the rectangle, plus 10 for one triangle, plus 10 for the other triangle, to get 84. So our area for this shape is 84 square centimeters. Okay. Next, finding the area of the regular polygon. This is a pentagon with 5 sides. All the sides are 14 inches. We're also going to have one on our test. We're going to know what the apothem is already. So, I'm going to say that the apothem in this case, hang on, is 10 inches. Okay, so typically on your test you'll be given this information, both of these. And then we got to remember the formula is perimeter times apothem divided by 2. So in this case the perimeter is 14 times 5 because there's 14-inch sides and there are 5 of them. So 14 times 5, which is 70. And then the apothem is 10, that's this segment here. So then we just go for area, 70 times 10 divided by 2. And we get 350. So 350 square inches would be our answer. Alright, now on to the topic 23 ones. These are the ones where we have to appropriately apply our area formulas, even though on a lot of them we're given more dimensions than we need. So like for this one, area of a parallelogram is just base times height. This would be the base. This would be the height. We don't just multiply the two sides, we multiply these two, because the height has to be perpendicular to the base. So we would just go 30 times 15. Keep in mind that on this one we do not divide by 2 like we do on triangles, so we just leave it like this, and we get 450 square centimeters. Okay. On the next one, we want to find the area of the triangle. Remember, for triangles, area is base times height divided by 2. So on this one, we do divide by 2. And just as in the last one, we were given dimensions we don't need. The only two we need are the 20 and the 24, because those are the ones that are perpendicular. That's our base and our height. So we go 20 times 24 divided by 2. And we get 240 square units. Then on the next one, this is a kite. So the formula for the area of a kite is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. One of our diagonals would be this one right here. We've got 11 and 8 for those lengths. So D1 is going to be 8 plus 11, which is 19. D2 would be the other direction. This one is 6, and on kites, these are the same, so they're both 6. 6 and 6 is 12, so D2 is 12. So there's diagonal 1, diagonal 2. We multiply them and then divide by 2. And we get 114. So this would be 114 square units. Okay. And then finally, our last one, finding the area of a trapezoid. Remember, for area of a trapezoid, we have base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. In this case, this would be one of our bases. This would be the other base. It doesn't really matter which one's which, as long as we also recognize that this is our height, not 37. So in this case, we would go 56 plus 25 times 20 divided by 2. Make sure we follow the correct order of operations, and we add 56 plus 25 first to get 81 times 20 divided by 2. And this gives us 810 square feet. So that would be our final answer here. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful. Feel free to go back to any sections of the video that you need to in order to feel like you understand that problem. Then once you're done with your practice test here, go ahead and finish up any IXL that you haven't finished for this week, so you can be all ready to go for your test tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday.